Congratulations! You've connected with the Pulpit Perspectives podcast. Join Reverend Dr. Kent Lundy as he connects with pastors where they preach, literally at the pulpit of their church. It's a point of view with purpose and personality that informs and inspires with real-life stories from great preachers you need to know. Your host is Reverend Dr. Kent Lundy. Let's join Kent at a pulpit with a fresh perspective from his guest preacher.
Welcome to Pulpit Perspective Podcast. This is Reverend Dr. Kent Lundy, and we are recording literally at the pulpit of Atwood, Aldersgate, United Methodist Church. And standing here with me is Pastor Mike Beezley. Mike, welcome to Pulpit Perspectives Podcast.
Thank you, Ken. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, I appreciate your time. So tell me your ministry settings.
Okay. Well, this is one of three, I guess you could say, or four or more. I don't know.
Well, the world is your parent.
Right.
We'll give you that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I take that seriously, what John Wesley said. So one of the ministry settings is here in a little town called Atwood. We are the lone United Methodist Church here in this town. My other ministry setting is Clunet United Methodist Church, which is about a 10 to 12 minute drive out into the country from here. And also, if you drive, 25 minutes maybe or so, you'll get to the town of Milford, where I am the coordinator and director of ministries at the Milford Methodist Meeting House.
All right. And how long have you been at ministry in the vocational sense?
Since Father's Day 2000, no, I'm sorry, that was my second appointment. January 1st, 2006. And I was at a little church called Talma United Methodist in a town called Talma. Imagine that.
Imagine that. Okay. So what are you celebrating?
What am I celebrating? From a ministry perspective, I'm celebrating that I am blessed to be involved with ministries that the people here in all these three settings get behind, and they're excited about what Jesus is doing in the world, and they want to be a part of it. And so we're celebrating that, and I really see some great things coming down the pike in all three of those settings.
Okay. Wonderful. So what do you do for fun?
Oh, well, before I got called into ministry, I was a graphic artist, went to school, studied art, and which included fine art. So some of my hobbies include drawing, sketching, painting, really big into Bob Ross's wet on wet technique of painting with oils right now.
For our listeners, I just want to point out that here, literally in his pulpit, I am holding Bob Ross Happy Little Tree Mints.
Yes.
So with the iconic Afro picture of Bob Ross. So he is a Bob Ross true believer. So.
And I am a spoiled brat as far as a pastor who is well loved by his people. And so they gift me with Bob Ross mints and Christmas ornaments and all puzzles and games, all kinds of things. I have quite the collection going at home because I preached a sermon series called The Gospel According to Bob Ross a few years ago. So that kind of, we took both of our churches and we painted in that technique at a studio nearby. And that kind of kickstarted my love for painting in that wet on wet technique. So I do that. I also write and record music, which I really love to do. I play out with my bandmates, local gigs somewhat frequently. So anything creative I enjoy doing, basically visual or audio.
Okay.
And then up until just recently, watching my daughter play college basketball is also something I enjoyed greatly. So
very fun. All right. So who inspired your call to ministry?
Okay, well, two people actually did. and I was attending a United Methodist Church called Celebration Church, which is not too far from here, pastored by Cindy Gackenheimer. Associate pastor was Rebecca Fisher. Rebecca's gone home to be with the Lord now, but those two ladies were very instrumental in me answering my call. I started taking lay speaking classes in that church, inspired by those ladies, and it just led into vocational ministry eventually.
Awesome. Awesome. The power of the local church
Yes.
to encourage the call to ministry.
Absolutely.
Very amazing.
They have a culture of calling in that church, and I'm a recipient of that. It led me to where I am today, and I'm very thankful.
We might even say they celebrate the call.
They do celebrate
Hey!
the call. Yes.
All
yes,
right.
They do.
So what is your go-to Bible verse?
My go-to Bible verse, which appears in a number of places, is the one about loving God with all your mind, body, strength, and loving your neighbor as yourself, the greatest commandments, if you will. Both of the churches that I serve, we have that love God, love neighbor emblazoned on them, and we wear them proudly. And that's really what our focus is to love God and love neighbor, and keep that as the main thing.
Just keep it simple.
Yes, keep it simple.
I like it. I like it. So who or what keeps you humble?
Who or what keeps me humble? Well, Jesus.
Good answer.
Yeah, I've learned that you can't get too far in life without him and his directives and his empowerment. And so I've had experiences where I've tried to do things under my own power, and it never worked out very well. So that's been very humbling. And so to say that I celebrate the ministries going on in here, it's because of him, and it's because of what he's doing in me and through these people that we serve together. So
not me, but Christ who lives within me.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes. Great answer. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you only had one preacher to listen to the rest of your life, one preacher, who would that one preacher be?
Wow. Well, can I tell a story about a preacher that I don't even know their name? Where's this going, right? I was just referring to this in a Bible study class the other day, several years ago, and it was while I was attending Pastor Cindy's church, Celebration Church. There was a woman who preached, and I'm still trying to track down where she is, what her name was. We were having a multicultural morning, an event, a meal together and stuff. And she was, I believe, from the Caribbean. And she and her husband were Grace College students, which is near here. And her husband preached in the morning, and I don't remember what he had to say, but she preached in the afternoon. And all I can tell you is I'm getting goosebumps thinking about her message that was called Come See a Man. Now, I only ever heard her preach one time, but if that's how she preaches every time, I'm going to bank that I could listen to that the rest of my life. It was a powerful message. Come see a man. And she was talking about the woman at the well who went back and told her whole village, come see a man who knew everything I ever did. So don't know her name. Maybe I'll find that out one of these days.
So let's put this in perspective, because this is a powerful, the primary audience for Pulpit Perspective podcasts are other preachers.
Sure.
So just this one sermon from an unnamed witness, how many years ago would that have been about? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
Goodness.
Just
well,
guess.
It's funny you were saying it was at least 20 years ago, I believe. Almost 20 years ago. Yeah, and I've never forgotten it. She drove that message home in a powerful way that left me changed, and it was incredible. And so, yeah, Cindy and I were talking the other day, and we were trying to figure out, because she said she's going to look back through her records and see if she can find, because I want to look this lady up, see what she did. And she remembered that day too. And we have it pegged somewhere between maybe not quite 20 years, but pretty darn close to that.
So if this was a teachable moment, which it is to
Mhm.
other preachers,
Mhm.
what would be the encouragement for a preacher that might be discouraged in their preaching just
Mm.
based on this one sermon
one
you
sermon?
heard about 20 years ago that you're still being affected by?
Well, the way she preached it, she was able to she did a great service to storytelling. She told that story, made it very vivid. And her driving line was, "Come see a man." And I mean, it was a simple message. It was a strong message. It it was something that we could take back with us, and I mean, it made you want to run back to your neighborhood and say, "Hey, come see a man." You know, it really did. And it was a simple message that spoke in some deep ways. And so my encouragement would be, follow that and make it a clear message that is encouraging and also has an action tied to it.
Okay. Yeah, wonderful lesson. Thank you.
Mhm.
So who are you? Are you Mary or Martha?
Mm. Well, I think I'm both, because I feel like the like can I share that we spent some time together this weekend in retreat?
We did. You can, please.
So, and that today I've got a whole list of things I'm working on. So I'm both Mary and Martha, depending on the day. And, you know, some days are more one than the other.
Okay. All right. That's fair. That's life. That's
Yeah.
ministry.
Hmm.
So who from the Bible would you like to go axe throwing with?
Axe throwing with. Oh, interesting. Ah, you know who I think, and I can't remember their names right off the top of my head, but you remember the three mighty warriors that David talks about, out in the guy who took a stand out in the field of lentils, and he was
Mhm.
beating back hordes of people with his sword. Do you remember that?
Mhm.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head. That guy had to be good with an axe, I would think. So
Okay.
maybe I would like to hang out with him and do some axe
Axe
throwing.
throwing.
Yeah.
Now would you want to participate with him on your team or compete against him?
Oh, with him.
Okay.
Definitely not against him.
Okay. So you'd want his coaching and
He
mentoring.
he could, because the way I figure it, he would carry the team, because in that Bible story, he's hacking away for so long that his hand froze to the blade, to the handle. So I'm thinking, this guy is going to carry us when I get tired of axe throwing. He can
He'll
keep going.
he'll win the day for the team. Okay.
Yes, it's a
All
long
right.
game. Yes.
So what is your favorite church season?
Ah, probably Lent. I really enjoy Lent a lot. It's a little longer than Advent, not as long as Kingdom Tide, but yeah, I would say Lent is a very powerful time.
Why? Say more. What is it
So
about?
I like the idea of, anything that's worth celebrating is worth preparation for. And so it's a season of preparation for the celebration of the resurrection, which is the central story, the most important story. And so I like the fact that we have 40 days to do that in. We have an extended period of time to reflect and think and work on ourselves, disciplines, and and I find that there is a good participation in the churches where I serve. They enjoy getting in on that and being a part of that. And so it's just a marvelous season, I think.
Excellent. All right. So what do you hope your fellow clergy know?
Just general like that, just open-ended.
What do you hope your fellow clergy know?
Well, I hope that they know that there is blessings awaiting if they hang in there. And one lesson I learned many years ago, because I used to be a full-time art director before I entered full vocational ministry. And I was comfortable and I was happy and enjoyed it most of the time. Deadlines were a bear, but mostly I was comfortable and happy. And it wasn't until I entered into full-time vocational ministry that I discovered that there was a level of enjoyment and fulfillment, and that I was held back from when I was just doing this in a part-time sense. And so I learned that there's more waiting, there's better stuff coming, and I think we're all in a season where that's hard to focus on sometimes, but good days are coming. I truly believe that. Hang in there.
It's a wonderful blessing to bestow upon your colleagues. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Last question. And I'm going to be a stickler here.
Okay.
You only get 3 words.
Okay.
Okay. Literally only 3 words.
Okay.
And those 3 words, I want you to come up with the 3 words that encapsulate your hope for the future of the communities you're serving, however long that is. But just when you think about the future of the ministry that you're in and the multiple places that you're in, what 3 words come to mind as your hope for the future?
This kind of came to me in our retreat, actually. But it's He is here.
He is here.
He is here. When you were leading us through a breath prayer. When I breathed in, I said He is, and as I breathed out, I said here. And that, in my understanding, that meant He's present with us here in this setting that we were in retreat, but also that He is with us as we go out from this place and as we go into the future. He is here. Right now, He is here.
He is here.
Yes.
What a great blessing to bestow upon your people, to be in ministry with them and proclaiming that He is
here. Yes.
I love it. Well, Pastor Mike Beezley, thank you for sharing your pulpit, literally, as we stand here in it, here at Atwood, Aldersgate, United Methodist Church. Thank you for being a part of Pulpit Perspectives podcast.
You bet. Glad to be here, and I wish you well on the rest of your podcasting.
Well, thank you. And if you're interested in learning more about the great things that's happening in the North District, would invite you to check out the Facebook page with the North District news there, and also all of the great things are posted on the inumc.org, the North District page there. So a lot happening in the North District, and would encourage you to reach out and learn more of all that God is doing, because He is here.
He is here.
Thank you.
There you have it, a fresh perspective from the pulpit with a great preacher. You know you want to hear more. You can do just that by connecting with Pulpit Perspectives with Reverend Dr. Kent Lundy on Apple Podcast and Spotify, where you can like and follow the podcast. What's more, you can spread the good news about Pulpit Perspectives in your church and with your neighbors. Plan now on joining Kent at the pulpit, where you'll meet another great preacher on Pulpit Perspectives.